Hey, what's up, book boos and bays? I'm back with yet another book review. This one here is by an indie author, and it is called, so this book is called My Kind of Love, and this is by Skyline A. Milbo. And if you'll remember, it came with like all the cute little things in the packaging. I got character art, I got a drink recipe with a little Tony's because little dash of D, and then this is Inobi, the main female character, and she is beyond gorgeous. Okay, and so again, per usual, you know I love a cute cover. This is giving purple rain, which I love. I'm a huge Prince fan. May he continue to rest. But this is pretty. I really like the way this white is popping up against this purple background. Okay, so per usual, I try not to do any spoilers in my book review. So that means I can't be out here bumping my gums too much, because then you get away from me, and I've been told y'all everything that happened from the beginning to the end, and that ain't what you came for. So a couple things I want to point out really quickly about this book. This is a why choose trope as depicted in the character art. Homegirl got both. Get you somebody who can do both. So that's what's happening here. Male, female, male. So some things to look out for in this book. These characters are great at communicating for the most part, which is rare. I feel like a lot of books nowadays, you know, the main issues could be resolved if people would be mature, act like adults, and talk to one another, which is also a good thing about this book, because these individuals are a little bit older, right? So they are in their like 40s, early 40s-ish. And so that's probably why they are depicted as much better communicators than a lot of the others that are like going to be in their early 20s, maybe even their early 30s, haven't necessarily mastered the craft of communication just yet. Grief shows up in a couple different ways throughout this book, which then leads me to there are some triggers, so make sure you're reading the author's note. Some things that could be triggering for folks, but this is a really good book, especially during Pride Month. I'm about to make a whole video about some of the books that are centering queer relationships for Pride Month, and this book will be featured in that. This book does a really great job of depicting blended families. This is hella spicy. I can't even put enough them little jalapeno emojis on here to show you how spicy this is. Had me like, and Auntie don't even wear pearls, but I was clutching them, honey, because I was like, oh, I never heard that, I never read that, didn't know folks was doing that. Get it. I was getting some, getting some, and it wasn't just head. Okay, so what else is going on here? The Academy shows up a little bit, higher education shows up a little bit in here. Yeah, so there's a lot happening in this book, and again, it's hard for me to really talk about it without giving anything away. It is also worth noting that therapy shows up in this book, which I love. We want to continue to encourage that. I think therapy should be like, at minimum, dental appointments. You go in every 6 months, sit down, have a conversation with someone to check in and just make sure everything is everything. That does not mean something has to be wrong. We can also be proactive, right? We don't have to wait for the shit to hit the fan to address issues. We should be doing that. I am a fan of therapy. God willing, I will always have the resources and access to be able to talk through and work through childhood trauma, modern day trauma, all the things. And so this book really shines a light on the benefits of therapy, and also, you know, the steps that it could take to get one open to the thought of utilizing therapy and what the benefits of it could be. So I appreciate that. Yeah, so this again is an independent author. We want to make sure that we are supporting independent authors, we are supporting independent bookstores, and we're not just going for those with the mega marketing campaigns and at the big box stores and things of that nature, because art needs to be free and not free in cost. We want to pay these people what they work. But what I mean is free in that everyone that has interest in it has the opportunity to express themselves artistically and not be bound by contracts and the business side and all of that. Let folks just do what they do and have that creative control and that freedom and an autonomy and an agency to create the art that they want to create without it always having to be about the bottom line, right? Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about this here drink. I had it was good. So there are both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, so you can have a cocktail or a mocktail. And the Tony's, you just a dash of these. So it is a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of honey syrup, which is mixed in 1-to-1 ratio honey and water until it's smooth, a little bit of lemon juice, even smaller amounts of lime juice, and again a little pinch of this Tony's, and then 2 dashes of aromatic bitters. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't put the bitters in there. I have not yet found a drink that I like bitters in. It tastes really good, and it shows up in chapter 13 of the book. Okay, so then there's the virgin honeyed kisses, and that's going to be sparkling water, and then all of the same ingredients, except the bitters are also going to be non-alcoholic. There is also, if you go to Skyline Milbo's website, there's also a playlist that's available to accompany the book. So yeah, this is a really good book, and I think it does a great job, again, of highlighting the power of communication, what it means to fully trust and be vulnerable with friends and lovers. What does it look like when sometimes maybe those lines are blurred and or crossed, or maybe even non-existent? Yeah, so this is a great read in general, but specifically during Pride Month, because love looks all types of ways and God is love. And so I encourage you to find someone that you love, whether that is romantically or platonically, because this book also does a great job of showing that not only do children need it, but adults also need villages, and the power, and I've said this in other reviews, the power that we have to be able to choose our loved ones. They're not always biological. And so picking good friends and having friends that check on you and you check on them and y'all are pouring into one another, that is priceless. And so with that, I bid you adieu. Stay safe out there, stay informed, and I will catch you, me and Franklin, joy, black joy, and I will catch you later. Bye.